Freeman. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. I got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Mahomes to throw on second down. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play, and even 60 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Hunt gets it on the draw for Mahomes. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. A former star at nearby Georgia Tech, Harrison Butker now for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's West. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Greer. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Georgia native, former Bulldog, Justin Houston, in on the stop. On 3rd down, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. Shrugs him off. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play, Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Lucas. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And the pressure gets to him again. D. Ford in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Spinning away. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
There we go now. Green, 90. Green.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And going deep for Hill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And going deep for Hill. And this throw will be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 46 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Hey, South! We got three, fellas. We got three. Ready? You ready? Let's go. Hey, Rick Lance.
Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Lucas. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Hey, got it.
Ryan now to throw on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now here comes Kansas City. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Green 90. Green 90.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he cuts it right and into space. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Butker able to put this one through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Ryan. Forward for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
There we go. Ready. 22.
On 1st down, Ryan. He finds West. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
22.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will tie things up at 13. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Ryan on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the ball is knocked out. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. To throw on third down. Ryan, it's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Hey, let's go.
They give it to him running left. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On third and goal, Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Going for the deep ball. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Tech McKinley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They run with Hunt. Able to break the tackle and get some breathing room before being brought down just outside the 5. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's Ryan to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. On the keeper, here's Ryan. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing now is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He may try and run for it. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that, and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is going to end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, but a really good one for the defense.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here we go now.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Kelsey out in the slot right. And again, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And all the Chiefs have it. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Falcons, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.